What's up guys, Sebastian here. In this video I want to tell you if you should drop out of college to become an entrepreneur or literally do the opposite. And the reason I'm recording this video is because I want to tell you my own personal situation, what I did, why I did it, and also because I know that a lot of young people follow me and look up to my advice. So I want to just get this out of the way to make sure that you understand this. So in my opinion, you should not drop out of college just because an internet influencer told you that college is a scam, or you should not stay in college just because your parents tell you that it's the best way to be successful. You gotta kind of evaluate the advice from all different people and also listen to yourself before making a decision. You also gotta kind of determine if it's a practical move for you to make at the moment or if it's not practical at all, right? Before I dive into my advice, I'm just going to tell you what I did so you can basically understand a little bit of context. So when I was in high school, I already knew that I wanted to be an internet marketer. I was already making money, probably the same or more than my teachers. And I already knew what I wanted for my life. I wanted to become an internet marketer. I wanted to live life on my terms. I wanted to be my own boss. And that's basically it, right? And that's why I went to a college. I started studying in a college here in Costa Rica that I knew it was not super demanding. I knew it was not the best. It's a private college, and I knew that I was gonna have enough time to work on my business and also study. So I was kind of trying to please my parents at that time because they told me that I should go to college and I should get a degree because of a plan B and everything. And I also got the opportunity to, go to the US to study out there. I had that opportunity, but I didn't take it because I knew that if I was gonna study in another country, I was gonna lose focus. I was not gonna be able to develop my business, too much partying, all this stuff. So I just said, okay, let me find a college here in Costa Rica where I will have enough time to build my business, where I'm gonna be able to get decent grades without having to study all day long, and that is near my house. So I went for this college. I went to college for a year and a half. And I was already making money. I already had employees. My mom started working with me, and I just reached a point where I realized that I didn't feel like I was going on the right path. I was going on the right path with my business, but I didn't feel like going to college for me was pushing me towards my life goals. And I just felt like it's like if you wanted to be a professional soccer player, right? But you are training tennis all day long, and when you're training tennis, you're like, what am I doing? I want to become a soccer player. And that's kind of what happened inside my head. I felt like I was going to college, investing all this time. I was investing money. Well, my parents were investing money, and I didn't want to go through that path. So I just felt like that I was honestly in a good position to stop going to college, to drop out. I was already making money. I already had employees. I had responsibilities. I was losing focus. And at the same time, I was super clear about what I wanted to do with my life. And I also was super disciplined with myself, my business. And I was very organized with the way I was doing things. So it's not like I was dropping out because, screw society. I want to do my own thing. And, it was practical. I already had things going the right way. I knew what I wanted for my life. And it was not a super risky move, right? So for me, it was the best decision I could have made, in my opinion. It was the best decision, but this doesn't mean it's the best decision for you because maybe you're in a different situation. Like for instance, if I was not making money, zero money, and I was a little bit lost with my life and I didn't know what I wanted to do, and I didn't have so many responsibilities and I was not focusing on too many things at the same time, maybe I would have kept studying because maybe by going to college I would have had that idea that would have put me in the right path to see long-term success. In my case, I didn't feel that was the situation because I already had things going on in a very straight line, right? In a very straight path. Because the thing is, when I started in college, when I went to college, I had already been working on my business probably for the past 3 years or so. So it's not like I started my business on college. I already had experience and a track record of results, etc. So that's kind of like my background. I wanted to understand why I did it and why it's probably not the best decision for you if you're not in that scenario. Now here's another thing I want to talk about. Like, maybe a lot of people's parents tell them, like, or maybe your parents are telling you, if you don't go to college, if you don't study, I'm not gonna pay for food, I'm not gonna pay for the internet connection, I'm not gonna pay for all these things they are paying for you. And if you drop out, you will have to pay that yourself. You will have to see where you get the money. So sometimes it's very practical to keep studying just to please your parents so that they pay for your stuff while you become successful. And when you're in a position where you can literally just live life on your terms, where you can be responsible of your own costs, maybe you should drop out in that point, right? But sometimes it's not that studying is good. And sometimes it's just that you have to study to get that money to be able to push your business to the next level. And let's say if I was not making money and my parents told me, hey, if you don't go to college, we stop paying for all this stuff, I would have probably kept going to college just so my parents could pay for all that stuff. And after that, that would give me enough time, enough leverage for me to build my business. And when I was in a good position, I would drop out at that point. But you also gotta be like smart about that, because if not, it's gonna be really hard to like push your business forward if you have all these fixed costs on top of you. But if you remove them, you're gonna have like, it's gonna be easier for you to grow your business. All right, so that's the second thing I want to talk about. You have to like balance, and you have to find the balance, like what is practical for me at this point, etc. The third topic is that some people are just all over the place. They're not organized, they're not responsible. They need the education system for them to be kind of like become responsible with themselves and organize their minds. Some people just need college to be successful. Like, it is how it is. Some people also want to study things that are like medicine or law and all those things where you need a college degree. So as you can see, there is not a black and white situation. It is, in the end of the day, it is your own decision. You know what is best for you. If you feel entrepreneurship and building your business is best for you, then you could consider dropping out. But I would only do it if it's practical at that stage, where you're not gonna eat like a lot of crap and have all these fixed costs go on top of you just because you made that. In fact, I would probably just keep studying and build my business on the side, and when you're in a good position, just drop out. Now, I have nothing with nothing against the education system or colleges. I feel like for some people it's great, for some people it's horrible. For me, it was horrible. I just didn't find the value. I made a couple of good relationships with friends. For me, that was very valuable. But business-wise, I mean, my laptop and I did most of the work. So that's that. And what else did I want to mention? Yeah, I guess it's just a very personal decision. Also, something I wanted to talk about. If you're in a good position to drop out and you're gonna do it because you're gonna trust yourself, then it's gonna be, I'm telling you, you're probably gonna have a hard time telling this to your parents. It's gonna be like crap. But if you're in a good position where you can pay for everything, it's gonna be a short-term pain. They're gonna forget about it, or they're gonna go through it. I mean, it's not gonna be forever. Trust me. For me, telling my parents to drop out, it was short-term pain. They were not happy. My dad was really pissed off. But after, I don't know, a month or maybe 2 months, everything kind of like stabilized. You know, they understood my reasoning. They trusted me, and in my case, it was the best decision I could have made. But only you know what is best for you. You gotta listen to yourself, and also. Just because your parents want you to be a lawyer or a doctor, it doesn't mean you have to be a doctor or a lawyer. You can be whatever you want in life. That's the good thing. You can literally be whatever you want in life. You can be an entrepreneur, you can be a doctor, you can be a freaking comedian, you can be an artist, and you can always monetize that. There's infinite ways to monetize every single skill out there, especially with the internet. So I just wanted to tell you my own personal situation. I also wanted to tell you that you should trust yourself. It's probably one of the most powerful things I've done in my life, is listen to myself, go with my gut, but also being very practical and knowing if it's the best time to do it. That's basically it, guys. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.